Have you ever been stuck in a situation where too many choices made things harder instead of easier? You think more options mean more freedom, but in reality, they just create more confusion. Carl Richards, the author of this book, faced this exact struggle when his dog, Zeke, fell sick. Worried, he rushed Zeke to the vet hoping for a straightforward solution. But instead of giving him a clear answer, the vet laid out 3 different treatment options. Now Carl is a busy man. Like most of us, his life is filled with work, family, bills, and responsibilities. The last thing he needed was another complicated decision. He didn't have time to analyze every option, compare pros and cons, or second-guess himself. Frustrated, he finally said, "Look, I don't have time for this. Just tell me what's best and I'll do it." But the vet kept listing options, making things even more confusing. The pressure mounted until Carl finally snapped. "I am not in the position to decide right now. Please just tell me what to do." Sound familiar? This isn't just about a sick dog. This is exactly how people feel about financial planning. There's no shortage of financial advice out there. Books, blogs, financial gurus, everyone has a different strategy, a different approach, a different opinion. And instead of helping, all these choices leave most people feeling lost, stuck, and overwhelmed. That's why the one-page financial plan exists. This book won't drown you in endless choices. It won't make you feel like you need a finance degree to manage your money. Instead, it will take you step by step through a simple process that helps you create a clear, actionable financial plan on a single page. No fluff, no confusion, just a roadmap to financial clarity. So if you've ever felt stuck or unsure about money, if you're tired of complicated financial advice that only leaves you with more questions than answers, then stay with me. Because by the end of this audiobook, you'll have the one thing most people never get, a financial plan that actually works. Let's begin. Discovery. Before you can create a powerful financial plan, you need to understand where you stand right now in your financial journey. Are you far behind, close to your goals, or have you already made significant progress? This step is crucial because you can't plan for the future if you don't know your starting point. Some people realize their financial situation quickly, while others take longer to assess where they truly stand. But here's the good news. This isn't about complicated calculations or confusing financial terms. This is a simple, practical process that helps you face your financial reality and figure out if your actions are truly bringing you closer to your goals. However, just because this step is simple doesn't mean it's easy. It requires honesty, self-reflection, and a willingness to confront some uncomfortable truths. But once you do, you'll gain a sense of clarity and control over your financial future. So let's walk through 3 important steps that will help you understand your current financial situation. Step 1, ask yourself, why is money important to me? Take a moment and think. Why is money important to you? Most people assume they work hard simply to earn money. But money itself isn't the real goal. It's just a tool. The real reason lies in what money allows you to do. Maybe you want financial security. Maybe you want freedom. Or maybe deep down there's something else that truly matters to you. Carl Richards once had a conversation with a successful married couple. He asked them a simple question. Why is money important to you? At first, their answer was predictable because it gives us freedom and flexibility. But as they talked more, the wife suddenly had a realization. I want to grow my family, but I feel like I never have time for it because I'm working so hard to earn money. She was shocked by her own words. She had never thought about it this way before. But in that moment, she realized something crucial. Money was controlling her life instead of helping her live the life she truly wanted. This question might seem simple, but it's powerful. It forces you to think beyond just numbers. It makes you reflect on what truly matters to you. It might feel uncomfortable. It might bring up thoughts you've been avoiding. But understanding your deeper motivations is the key to making better financial decisions. So take a moment. Why is money important to you? Step 2, guess your financial goals. Yes, you heard that right. Guess your financial goals. Most financial planning methods are way too rigid. They assume you can predict every little detail about your future. But let's be real. Life doesn't work that way. You might be asked questions like, how much will your dream home cost in 10 years? How much will your expenses increase in the future? But let's be honest. No one knows for sure. Life is unpredictable. What seems important today may not even matter a few years from now. Ironically, financial planning exists because of uncertainty. Yet many financial plans pretend the future is predictable. It's not. Instead of trying to avoid uncertainty, embrace it. The goal of financial planning isn't to control the future. It's to prepare you for whatever comes next. Think of financial planning like traveling to Europe. Instead of planning every single activity down to the minute, it's better to leave room for flexibility. Maybe you'll find a beautiful cafe that wasn't in your guidebook. Maybe you'll decide to go swimming on a hot day instead of visiting a museum. The same principle applies to money. Leave space for flexibility. Step 3. Create your personal balance sheet. Now let's get practical. It's time to create a personal balance sheet. But don't worry. This isn't as complicated as most financial planners make it sound. In fact, it's incredibly simple. Take a blank sheet of paper and draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write assets. On the right side, write liabilities. A personal balance sheet is made up of just two things. 1. Everything you own, assets. 2. Everything you owe, liabilities. Once you clearly see these numbers in front of you, your financial situation will become much clearer. Here's how to do it. Under assets, list everything you own. This includes your bank account balance, investments, real estate, or any other valuable assets. Write down their exact amounts. Under liabilities, list everything you owe. This includes your mortgage, credit card debt, student loans, or any other outstanding payments. Again, write the exact amounts. That's it. Simple, right? Yet most people never take this step because they avoid facing their financial reality. But once you do this, you'll have a clear snapshot of where you stand financially. And that's the first step to taking control of your financial future. Spending and saving. Now that you've discovered where you stand financially, it's time to take action. Most people skip this step. Instead of fixing their spending habits, they focus on investing, thinking it will solve all their financial problems. But here's the truth. Investing is not a magic fix. You can't use investing as an excuse to avoid saving because even investing requires something first, a financial cushion. If things go wrong, you need a backup. Without savings, one bad investment could leave you in serious trouble. And that's why spending and saving wisely must come before anything else. Let's break it down. Step 1. Budgeting. Your financial foundation. Budgeting. A word most people hate. They think budgeting means restrictions. They think it's complicated. But it's not. Budgeting isn't about punishment. It's about awareness. It's about knowing exactly where your money is going, how much you're spending, and how much you should be saving. If you don't track your money, you will lose control over it. Here's the simple truth. Money flows where attention goes. If you're not paying attention, it disappears. And budgeting, it's just a tool, a way to make sure your actions align with your financial goals. So where do you start? First, list your expenses, your rent, your groceries, your transportation, your entertainment. Then automate your savings and essential payments. For example, if you decide to save $500 every month, don't leave it up to chance. Set up an automatic transfer to a separate savings account. That way, the money is saved before you even have a chance to spend it. The same goes for bills. Automate your rent, your mortgage, your internet payments. The less you have to think about it, the better. Once you set up your budget and automate your savings, something amazing happens. Your financial stress decreases. Because now, you're not just hoping you'll save money, you're making sure of it. Step 2. Cut unnecessary spending. If you really want control over your finances, you need to track every dollar, not just the big purchases, but the small everyday expenses that add up quickly. This is where most people go wrong. They say, I don't have enough money to save. But the truth is they do. They're just spending it on things they don't need. Think about this. How much money do you spend impulsively? Maybe you walk into a store and suddenly crave chocolate, so you buy it. Maybe you see a book with a beautiful cover and purchase it without thinking if you'll actually read it. Maybe you're out shopping and you buy a new fragrance when you already have 3 unopened bottles at home. These small random purchases may seem harmless, but over time, they drain your finances. And here's the worst part, impulse spending doesn't even make you happy in the long run. It gives you a temporary high. But later, you check your bank account and wonder, Where did all my money go? So if you're serious about taking control of your finances, you need to cut unnecessary spending. Start by asking yourself, do I shop online when I'm bored? Do I eat out too often instead of cooking at home? Do I buy coffee every morning when I could make it myself? Cutting these small expenses can save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars every year. Remember, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about spending intentionally on what truly matters. Step 3. Make saving a habit, not an option. Here's why most people fail at saving money. They see saving as optional. They think, I'll save if I have money left at the end of the month. That's the wrong approach. Saving should come first, not last. Think about it. You wouldn't wait until the end of the month to pay your rent. You wouldn't wait until you're out of gas to fill up your car. So why wait to save? The best way to save is to make it automatic before you even see the money, before you even get a chance to spend it. But saving isn't just about setting money aside. It's about staying consistent. Many people start saving but then stop when they feel like it's inconvenient. For example, let's say every Monday you put $100 into savings. Feels easy, and you're happy you're making progress. But then Friday comes. You're in a weekend mood. You want to go out, eat good food, do some shopping. And suddenly you think, maybe I'll save only $25 this week instead. And that's where the problem begins. Saving requires discipline. People struggle to save because they don't emotionally connect with their future selves. They think life is only about today. They say things like, why worry about the future? I want to enjoy life now. And that's exactly why they never get ahead financially. Because the truth is, your future self will thank you for every dollar you save today. The difference between people who struggle and people who succeed is simple. Some prioritize long-term security. Others chase short-term pleasure. The choice is yours. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep spending without thinking, hoping things will work out, or you can take control of your money starting today. Create a budget. Start saving consistently. Cut unnecessary expenses. Think long-term. The better you manage your money, the more freedom you'll have to live life on your own terms. So start now, not tomorrow. Now, because every financial decision you make today shapes your future. And the best time to take control is right now. Investing. The moment people hear the word stock market, they get excited. It's one of the most talked about topics in finance. In any financial discussion, you'll often hear questions like, should I invest? Is it too risky? How much should I invest? Why? Because deep down, everyone is looking for an easy way to get rich. People dream of finding that one stock, the magic investment, that will make them wealthy overnight. But here's the truth. Investing is not magic. It's not a shortcut. It's not a guaranteed way to make money fast. Successful investing requires the right mindset, the right knowledge, and a long-term strategy. Many people think of investing as a retirement plan, a way to secure their future. But investing is much more than that. Done correctly, it doesn't just protect your future. It also gives you peace of mind today. In this chapter, you'll learn 3 key things you must understand before investing your money. The first is insurance. Before you invest in stocks, you need to make sure your financial foundation is secure. Insurance is not about replacing emotional loss. It's about replacing financial loss. It ensures that no matter what happens, you and your loved ones will be financially safe. So how do you know if you need insurance? It's simple. If anyone depends on you financially, you need it. If you're the sole breadwinner in your family, you must have financial protection in place. Let's say you're married, but you don't have children yet. You haven't finished your education, and you don't have a stable career. Now imagine your partner suddenly passes away. With no income and no financial backup, what would you do? This is why insurance matters. It's not just about securing the future. It's about ensuring that you're financially protected today. Before you invest a single dollar in the stock market, make sure you have the right insurance plan in place. The second thing to understand is debt. Most people believe all debt is bad, but that's not true. Not all debt is harmful. Some debt can actually be an investment. There are 2 types of debt. The first is bad debt, like high-interest credit card debt, which drains your finances. The second is good debt, like a mortgage, which can help you build wealth. Imagine you find an investment opportunity that offers a 15% return. You'd probably do whatever it takes to invest, right? You'd save money, maybe even borrow funds just to take advantage of it. But what if paying off your credit card debt gave you the same return? Would you still ignore it? Credit cards have some of the highest interest rates. If you pay off your debt, you're essentially making a risk-free return on that money. A good credit score also gives you better financial opportunities. For example, a mortgage can be smarter than buying a house outright. Instead of using all your cash, you can keep money available for other investments, like your child's education or future opportunities. So before you invest in stocks, pay off your high-interest debt first. It's one of the safest and smartest financial moves you can make. Now let's talk about investing in the stock market. If you're serious about investing, don't rely on gut feelings, and don't invest based on past performance alone. To be a smart investor, you need to do research. That means reading annual reports, understanding company performance, and studying market trends. Because in investing, guessing doesn't work. No one, not even financial advisors, can predict the stock market perfectly. If someone tells you they know the exact time to buy and sell stocks, they're lying. The truth is no one knows for sure. If you really want to invest wisely, you need to learn how to analyze stocks yourself. There are 3 fundamental principles every investor must understand. The first principle is diversification. One of the biggest mistakes new investors make is putting all their money into a single stock. That's not investing. That's gambling. The key to reducing risk is to spread your investments across different assets. A common approach is the 60-40 rule. 60% of your investments should be in high-risk, high-growth stocks. The remaining 40% should be in safer, more stable investments like bonds or mutual funds. Even within your 60%, it's smart to split your investments. For example, a portion in international stocks, another portion in local stocks. This strategy protects your money while still allowing you to grow your wealth over time. The second principle is keeping investment costs low. The more you pay in fees, the less you make in the long run. Many people waste money by constantly buying and selling stocks, paying transaction fees, and hiring expensive advisors. But research shows that the best way to maximize returns is by keeping costs low. The less money you spend on fees, the more money stays in your pocket. The third principle is understanding risk versus reward. Here's a fundamental truth. Low risk equals low reward. High risk equals high reward. If you want to play it safe, invest in stable stocks that grow slowly over time. If you're willing to take bigger risks, you might see bigger rewards, but you also need to be prepared for potential losses. This all comes down to your personal risk tolerance. The stock market is constantly changing. Prices rise and fall every day. That's why smart investors adapt. Don't just invest and forget. Check your portfolio regularly. At least once a year, rebalance your investments to make sure they align with your financial goals. Smart investing isn't about luck. It's about strategy. At this moment, you have 2 choices. You can invest blindly hoping you get lucky, or you can take control, learn, research, and make smart decisions. Before you start, make sure your foundation is strong. Protect yourself with insurance. Pay off high-interest debt. Diversify your investments. Keep costs low. Understand risk versus reward. If you apply these principles, you won't just invest, you'll invest wisely. And that's the difference between people who build wealth and people who lose it. Your future depends on the financial choices you make today, so make the right ones. Conclusion. This summary has given you simple and practical steps to help you create a solid financial plan. By following this process, you can start your journey toward financial independence with clarity and confidence. Before you create a 1-page financial plan, the first step is understanding where you stand today. Ask yourself, why is money important to me? That answer will set the foundation for everything else. Through this summary, you've learned how to assess your current financial situation, how to guess your financial goals, and how to create a personal balance sheet that lists your assets and liabilities. You've also understood the importance of budgeting, why having a budget matters, and how automating your payments can make managing money easier. You've discovered how to cut unnecessary expenses, especially impulse purchases that add no real value to your life. And finally, you've explored investment strategies, the role of insurance, the impact of debt, and how to approach the stock market wisely. You've also learned the 3 key principles of smart investing: diversification, keeping costs low, and understanding risk versus reward. The steps in this summary will help you build a strong financial future, but the real key to success is consistency. Simply knowing these steps isn't enough. You have to apply them again and again until they become second nature. If you've been paying close attention, you might have noticed something. Most of these steps aren't just about logical thinking. They also involve your emotions. That's because no matter how much knowledge or strategy you have, at the end of the day, you're human. You'll get tired. You'll make mistakes. You might even get tempted to take shortcuts. But being human also means you have strength, resilience, and determination. You have the ability to stay committed, to push forward, and to keep improving even when things get tough. I hope that by the time you finish listening to this summary, you'll choose to be that kind of person. Someone who, despite their flaws and setbacks, is always working to become better, stronger, and wiser with their finances. Because in the end, financial success isn't just about money. It's about becoming the kind of person who can manage it well. That brings us to the end of this summary of the one-page financial plan. I hope you found these lessons valuable and that they help you take control of your financial future. Remember, financial success doesn't come from just knowing these principles. It comes from applying them. Now I'd love to hear from you. What was the most valuable insight you gained from this summary? How are you going to apply these strategies in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments or discuss them with others who are also on their financial journey. If you enjoyed this audiobook summary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss out on future summaries. Thank you for listening, and as always, keep learning, keep growing, and take charge of your financial future.